What's going on, everybody? These are the stats from my previous seasons. My new record is a 791, 431 losses. So, first off, the crane op thing. I hate crane op. I wish he was dead. I can't stand him. By some strange twist of fate, the guy keeps sneaking out of games with me. These are my statement games, and I keep losing them. A statement game is a game against a top player, and you can take him or knock him off the mountain, and you don't. But let's get to this trade block thing. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that there was an undercover or underground thing that was going on in MUT. Here's what happened last year in the tournaments, in the salary cap tournament. These guys, there are transactions that EA doesn't post up. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you. If you notice in there, a lot of people had players on their team that were golden tickets. They had golden ticket receivers. They had golden ticket corners. They had golden ticket running backs. Why? Because when they put out the rankings and the list of people in the tournament, players would go out and say, hey, problem right. Hey, young Kiev, such and such, blah, 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 blah. These were their actual teams, guys. These were their teams. What would happen is people would actually say, hey, you're in the tournament. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to trade you these players. And that's what they think is going to happen. This is what they believe is going to happen next year in the tournament. Let's say they have a salary cap tournament. What's going to happen is that Problem Right, or maybe whoever gets in there, that dude Sly, I don't know if Sly does it. Sly's a pretty stand-up player. But what they're going to do is they're going to trade those people the players that they need or that they want. You know, these players will come out and say, hey, I wouldn't mind having this guy on a live stream. I wouldn't mind having this guy. And then one of the subs are going to be like, hey, I actually have, golden ticket woo-wop the bam. I'll trade them to you so you can play in the tournament. Hey, bring the championship home to us. It's going to be pretty hard for us to actually have an actual good tournament next year for 1,000,000 coins if the trade block is still up. Because guess what? Next year, let's say you go into a salary cap tournament, you can come in there with an entire like dogged out team, because you'll have people who trade you these players with 1,000,000, 4,000,000, whatever they say is on the line. Guess what? They are trying to make this as easy and as competitive as possible, but it won't be competitive because it's EA. With all the screamers and everything you have, 9 times out of 10, I hate to say it, if you guys saw those teams that were on the Madden challenge, I hate to say it, I don't believe all those players were like gotten by those guys. I think some of them did do the trades. Hey, I'm in the tournament. You mind letting your boy get golden ticket Dez Bryant? Golden ticket Dez Bryant would toast half of the corners in the game. And then there were receivers who were golden tickets. Look at Deshaun Jackson. You go out and get golden ticket to Deshaun Jackson, you put him at tight end, and you murder any safety, cornerback, linebacker in the game. The guy runs like 101. So at the end of the day, you notice the speed differential. Now, the trade block being removed will also bring us to a time where you can't scam people. And if you want to give your friend a card, or you want him to have that card, you'll have to take the risk of putting it up on the auction block and hoping he can snipe it before someone else snipes it. So like putting a golden ticket up on the auction block for like 500 coins, and then hoping that your friend can catch it before someone else catches it and buys it. Now, here's the problem with that. No one's going to do that. So now you're going to have basically straight up great games, great teams. You may not have stacked teams next year. Next year we may be able to come through a situation where there aren't many stacked teams, but this also brings the competitive gaming back into EA. EA wants competitive gaming. Will we see competitive gaming? I don't know. Because from what I hear, screamers, nanos, turbos, I don't know if turbos are in there, but from what I hear, the blitzes are like fucking 100 times worse, guys. 100 times worse. And guess what? Problem Right has boasted. I'm not going to say Problem Right. I'm not going to put him on the spot like that. But a lot of people, a lot of players have boasted, hey, I got a screamer from Madden 17. What? You got a screamer? How? I have a play that screams through. Some of the guys put them up on Vine. You could go on Vine and check them and see where these things are at. But these screamers are horrible, because if he sacks you, it becomes a fumble, or the ball pops up and it becomes a sack fumble for a touchdown. Have a